Hey everybody, welcome back to Freeze Frame. We have officially made it to episode 50, the very special episode of the show. We made it to 50 episodes. This is crazy. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. This is the show where we stop to take a moment to discuss all the heavily talked about news of the week having to do with movies, TV, streaming, and pop culture. I am your host for today, Ryder Maldonado, where in another reality, I have Italian roots. And today I'm joined by my co-host, Vincent DeSantis, where in another reality, he was born in Texas and he wants good food in LA. But
yeah, that's beautiful. That's great, Ryder. Happy episode 50, dude.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Dude, this is it. We finally made it. Yesterday was Super Bowl, so we got a lot of trailers. We got some news, but we're also going to get into kind of, a little reminiscing, get a little nostalgic.
A little reminiscent.
A little bit, and kind of.
A little bit.
Thank everybody for sticking around with us for 50 episodes. It's crazy how fast it went. It's crazy, right?
Mm-hmm. It is wild. It's crazy. Like when I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's definitely been 50 weeks. Like after like you do it every week, but it's at the same time, it's like it's a big milestone. 50 is huge.
It is.
50 is huge.
It feels like just yesterday we saw Checkpoint getting 50, and now, guys, this week Checkpoint will hit episode 100. 100. That's even bigger. So definitely stay tuned on the channel. We have a very big announcement coming, and we're just gonna be celebrating this week on Strictly Casual, celebrating all around. And it's gonna be a huge fun for us.
It's big, dude. People will start podcasts and they'll do 5 to 10 episodes and then be like, I can't do this anymore. Like you get into like that maybe 5 to 15, maybe 5 to 20 range, and it stops. It's a lot of work. It's not like an easy thing to just do all the time. So the fact that we have a podcast with 100 and a podcast with 50 is like shows like we dedicated to this. We're consistent on this. Yeah,
you're right. Good point. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hey, if we just switched to new podcasting platforms, so if you want to give us a review, it helps us out a lot. We're transitioning, so it's a little weird for us, but we appreciate you guys supporting on the audio and listening. That means a lot to us. Of course, we have social media. We have Discord, which we have a lot of people hopping in there. We even have people impersonating us, as funny as that may sound.
Yep.
Weird as it is.
Shout out, yeah.
We had people, which is very funny, but you got to hop in the Discord to find out what that means. And then, of course, we're on TikTok, baby. We're back. We're rolling on TikTok, and we're getting there. And so we're having fun on there. And, of course, Instagram, Twitter, and wherever else you can find us on social media. But yes,
especially Twitter. Follow us on Twitter.
Twitter is we love Twitter. It's a bread and butter. So getting in episode 50, I want to, talk about our kind of favorite part of the show, what we enjoy. Also take it to the audience, to you guys, kind of give us some feedback. What do you want? What do you want from the show before we kind of get into that, right?
Right.
What do you want to see
in the future? What's working for you? What's not working for you? What would you rather hear more of? What do you want to hear less of? That's something that we want to change. Stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we do the news, but we can, some ideas that I've always thrown around is maybe like trivia or maybe making it a different, more format or something like that. But
yeah, I think formatting for sure is something I think about with both podcasts. Like, oh, how can we format this to like make it more engaging, or like, are we spending too much time on something or not enough time on something? Like that's a hard balance sometimes, especially when news is either really heavy or really light on something. Like I never want to bore someone with information, but like also not too short where I'm not giving enough. And it's like, wait, well, I want to know more about that. Like if the podcast is the time to like get into the more news stuff. So I don't know. Something we're always trying to work on. But I think my favorite part of every Freeze Frame episode is the recommendations. I love hearing your recommendations, and that's a fun thing because it's always something I don't expect,
Yeah, absolutely. Especially now, it seems like there's so much content. It kind of motivates you to watch more, and you're like, oh, I gotta get something or have something ready because you want to bring something good for your each other, and then also for everybody listening. So that's a fun part for me for sure. I think my favorite part has to be talking about news, right? But then seeing it being announced or in a trailer just like months later or even a year later, and you're like, wow, I remember when we like announced that a rumor, and you're like, whoa, that's crazy that it's happening, like
that was like a deadline rumor, and now there's a trailer. Like that's wild.
Yeah, that's always fun because it's like, whoa, we talked about that and it's happening. That's crazy. So and it shows you how fast time flies for sure. It's fun to see that. But I mean, we've been through a lot of announcements, lots of news, and it just seems like it keeps coming. It's never gonna end.
And we keep on rolling, baby.
Absolutely. Good point. Yeah. So
do we say the announcement right now? I guess we do. We're in the housekeeping section.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Or unless we keep it to the end. I think we should
let everyone know what we got cooking up here on Strictly Casual.
Ladies and gentlemen, on February 15th, when this episode goes live, /16th, I don't know, we'll see, February 15th or 16th. If you're listening to this, it's probably live. If it's not, check our Twitter and stuff like that. But we finally are going to have merch, baby. We have a crew neck, a hat, and a t-shirt that you are going to be able to purchase for 2 weeks. It's going to be on sale for like 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks. We'll make sure to put the dates on social media post. But you're going to go to the website, purchase it at the end of the 2 weeks. They ship it to everybody, and they print everything. It's very, very cool. They're not these hats. These are special hats. I'm sorry, but it's a different hat. And then we have a crew neck that comes in gray, black, and navy, and a shirt that comes in black and gray. And it just says Strictly Casual on it. It's simple stuff. We're calling it the Strictly Casual. What are we calling it?
The Essentials Pack, right?
The Essentials Pack, baby. It's simple. It's not a crazy big design. We'll have those in the future, but we really wanted to get some sort of merch out. And I'm stoked about it.
We're celebrating, New Year, us being together and kind of
50 episodes, 100
episodes, and kind of we'll be releasing. Y'all see a video out, I'm sure. We'll be updating you kind of what we're doing and talking about everything on the channel. Little update,
Little update. We love it. So yeah, we appreciate you guys for checking that out and stuff. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really stoked about it. But the first thing we have today, Ryder, yesterday was the Super Bowl. Actually, if you're listening to this, it was 2 days ago, but we got a lot of new trailers. Ryder, tell me some of your highlights. Let's get into it because there's a lot to talk about here, like a lot to talk about.
We're entering a weird phase where now Super Bowls, you're like, let me watch the Super Bowl for new trailers. Everything drops beforehand, which is kind of wild to me.
Yeah, because you released your reaction for the Doctor Strange video on the channel, and I was watching the Super Bowl, right? Did not even see the trailer yet. I was like, to be honest, I never saw the Doctor Strange trailer during the Super Bowl. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, neither did I. I think I missed. I think there was a spot there. My mom said there was a spot. But
yeah, there must have been.
And go.
Did not see it.
It's crazy because, you have now being on Twitter. I don't think I was on Twitter. I don't think I was even that active on Twitter for last Super Bowl, right? Or like maybe 2 years ago. And you're just watching it for those trailers and those commercials. But nowadays, you're on Twitter. I see every single commercial for like Bud Light and all these companies like Sony and Disney Plus. And then you see like Marvel Studios posted. So you're like, wow, there you go, Twitter, thank you. And Super Bowl has lost its rarity because social media. But I mean, we had Lord of the Rings, and a highlight for me was Nope. We finally got to see Nope, which here's a little tidbit. So I saw somebody post this on Twitter, and they said that Nope could possibly stand for not of planet Earth. Now I don't know if that's what it is, but Jordan Peele always has his symbolism, and it looks like a very modernized take on Signs, like Alfred Hitchcock's Signs. And
which I'd be so down.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh wait, Alfred Hitchcock?
Alfred Hitchcock, yeah, right? Isn't
Signs?
Maybe
No, Signs.
Birds.
Mel Gibson?
No, The Birds.
Oh, The Birds. The Birds. Okay. Signs is.
I think they said Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds and Signs, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember the post exactly, but it looks,
I only caught a little bit of this trailer because I heard it happening. I was like mid-game. I was playing Sequence. It was a pretty fun game. And then I'm like checking out, it's like a board game. Anyways, I'm like, I whipped my head because I hear Steven Yeun's voice. I was like, whoa. And I missed like the whole trailer. And I saw like the very end, someone like getting sucked up into space. So I need to actually watch the trailer. But regardless, I'm seeing this movie. I love his last two movies. I'm so excited. Yeah.
It looks like aliens, and I was like, cool, there's a ranch, and it's like it calls back to like history of course. And I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And I saw somebody, of course, another post on Twitter. They're like, well, I can see the aliens being a representation of the colonization of white people taking over black culture. And I'm like, well, probably. I mean, maybe. Yeah,
it's something.
It's always something cool.
We'll have to watch the movie.
Jordan Peele has, genius writing, and so I'm very, very ready for that. And then Lord of the Rings. So I'm ready for your thoughts on Lord of the Rings. Rings of Power dropped a new spot. Let me hear it.
Here's what happened. I look over at the TV because I'm in the other room. And I see the first shot. I'm like, this is Lord of the Rings. It right away, which is a great sign. The music hit and the first shot hit, and I was like, this is Lord of the Rings. And I immediately get up and I'm like, go over to the TV. Like, I like hustle over. I'm like, okay, watching it, right?
You tackle Allie out of the way. You say, get out of my way.
Need to tackle everybody out of the way. And then I'm looking at the TV and I'm watching it. Okay. And we have a couple beautiful shots, like beautiful, huge, big shots. And then we get into some like, I don't know, close-ups and stuff where I'm like, okay, I don't know about this. And then you go back to these beautiful landscapes and stuff. And my dad like points at the TV. He points at the TV and he looks at me. He's like, video game? a new Lord of the Rings video game?
No.
And that's when I knew. It's bad
No.
CGI. That's what it is.
Wow. Okay.
He was convinced. He's like, is this a video game? No, it's a TV show. That was such a bad sign for me. Like, that left such a bad taste in my mouth. Like, I don't know. The average consumer who's not like, I mean, my dad likes Lord of the Rings a lot, but he did not even see it. He's like, so what's this based on? Like, is this even Tolkien? He's like, is this just Lord of the Rings? He's like, what's the source material? I was like, well, okay, it's about like chapters of like different books that they have rights to. It's like parts of the Silmarillion, parts of like other things. But he's like, oh, okay, I hope it's good. There was not excitement, and he loves Lord of the Rings. And I was like, dang. Crazy. I'm excited. I think it looks okay. I think the CGI is
Yeah, the budget, it looks like they're throwing that budget in. But then I would also say, from my point of view, The Hobbit, all those Hobbit movies, the new modern, like very, very modern, they look like video games too. They're so CGI'd up that it's like, it looks like a video game. So I wouldn't, I'm like, cool. It looks like.
It's sad.
It's weird.
The Hobbit had bad CGI. It was like,
it did
not look very good. Yeah.
So it was bad. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
It's not practical. Like the Lord of the Rings, like there is CG. Of course, there's a lot of CG, but there's also so much practical stuff. Like all the orcs are practical. Those huge armies of orcs, those are legit. Like they're not like digital paintings of it or anything. And I just like, there were some shots like huge, like the camera goes and the waterfall and stuff like that. And obviously there's like CGI in that, but it looked so Lord of the Rings. I'm like, okay, this is great. Or the camera pans and there's that boat and there's this huge like city and there's this water. I'm like, that is Lord of the Rings right there, baby.
Yeah.
Like that is it. I don't know. I'm so excited for this show.
I'm excited for the speculation of it being like $400 million. Like I want to see where the budget's going to. You know what I mean? And I know it's a huge cast. So ensemble's always fun. And when it comes to like the story and lore part, I'm not familiar, of course, but I'm in to see where it takes us on a journey. What's the journey gonna be like? What is it? Is it gonna have that same kind of mysticism that Lord of the Rings has? This like, oh, there's something there. There's always something there. It feels like underneath the story. It's always like it gives
Lord
of
the Rings.
Yeah.
It's the best. It is top tier trilogy, top tier fantasy, like everything. Characters stick with you. I've seen it over and over. It holds up every single time. Like I just want something. Don't let this be a Sopranos movie, okay? The Sopranos is perfect. I want this show to be like necessary. Like, oh, this is a great
an extension to the
instead of what the Sopranos movie was it was like, I don't need it and it was okay. I don't want this show to just be okay.
No, good point. Yeah. So let us know. It's gonna September, it's Amazon Prime, so definitely I gotta get on the movies.
Also,
I gotta get on there.
Another thing I want to add is I love how I don't recognize a single cast member in it. I like this is perfect because when there's a big IP and there's a really famous actor in there, really it takes me out of it at least. I'm like, I'm only looking at that character. Like,
I agree.
I don't need like, I don't know, Chris Hemsworth or something like in Middle Earth. Like I'm glad it's like just random people because those people will become like, oh my God, they're from Lord of the Rings. Like that's what I like that a lot.
Good point. Yeah. Good point. We also got should I at the bottom here the Jurassic World.
Let's go into these and then we'll get to our big one.
So Jurassic World already had a trailer they released. What were your thoughts on that one? Because that one's the big one. That's a big one for me because it's the epic conclusion. What do you think? You're cool.
I like Jurassic Park a lot, and I like Jurassic World. I did not like the second. I thought the second one was booty, but we talked about that last week.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
I'm excited to see the whole cast, the new cast, but the plot does not interest me like zero. Like my excitement level for this is ridiculous. Like a 4.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous because like at this point the dinosaurs are everywhere, right? So they need to wrestle them up and put them in a park, or are they gonna kill them? I think the more dilemma is that look, Blue has a baby, so it's like we can't kill him, but can we live in harmony with them? So it's gonna go one way or the other. They're either gonna kill all these dinosaurs and say nope, it was a bad idea, or say Jurassic World and then realize that the whole movie was a waste of time and it's like no, we can live happily with them. So it's kind of they're in a weird spot. They're
gonna be like, we have to move off planet. The dinosaurs have taken over. We have to move.
They just ship them.
And then the whole planet moves off of Earth, and then the next trilogy is when they have to go back and visit because they've left something behind, and it's very important to the fate of humanity.
That would that would really.
And then Bruce Willis comes back.
Oh my!
Not
what?
comes back. He just comes in.
Yeah.
It's like Armageddon. They have to do this whole thing. That's how it's gonna go.
And they remake Armageddon. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness! Yeah, that's where I tap out of the franchise. But
No, I see. I'm not super excited, but I'm gonna watch it. It's
yeah, it's
you know,
Jurassic World.
I
It's
love the
it's
cast. Yeah,
ending.
it's gonna be great.
I know that they're gonna honor the cast so well because I just want to see Alan and Ellie. Man, I love them. They're my childhood. But yeah, okay, it's good to know about that one. Sonic 2 dropped a spot. We got some more story about that.
Did not even see this.
Dr. Robotnik. They showed him in like a giant mech suit with a mustache, and I was like, "Ooh, cool!" They're really diving into Sonic World, and I think any Sonic fans gonna be happy with this, despite it being memeable.
Sonic 1 is the best video game movie I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
It's got to be. Dude, I love it.
Yeah, in comparison, that's good. That's a good opinion.
I was so surprised, man. I literally watched it. I was like, I don't know why this is so much fun. This is just such a fun movie. So like I'm excited for Sonic 2.
Because you could do all the Flash stuff, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the comedy hit for me. Jim Carrey was super good in it. It was fun.
No, it's great. It's great. This second one's going to be fantastic, I think.
And I mean, talking about video game movies, Uncharted drops on Thursday.
Ah, yes, you got your tickets, right?
Got my tickets, baby. I'm hearing some really mixed things, like a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. But
I was expecting that. I was expecting it.
Me too. But Twitter seems like it opened in other countries already, and they were like, "It's fun. It's a fun movie," and that's all I can ask for. That's all I can ask for.
If it's ridiculous, just look at the games because those games are ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I want.
And then we got Ambulance, which of course is a film that takes place in LA, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Michael Bay. We've seen a trailer from that one. It's a heist film taking place in an ambulance. Pretty cool concept.
I think it takes place in one afternoon or something. It's like one day.
Yeah, true. It's a little escapey and looks action-packed, a little popcorn flick. And we got a new spot for Moon Knight, which didn't show much new footage, but the shots they showed were pretty cool. Some new imagery of the character Moon Knight, and
pulls this like boomerang thing up, and it's like the moon, and then he looks at it, and you got the big wrap up scene where he goes like
his cloak. Yeah, his cloak was the moon.
Goes up.
Yeah. That's fantastic. I'm excited.
Yeah, to me it was just like, okay, I was already excited. Like this is fine, but like I want to see. I just don't know the flow of the show. Like that's what I'm excited to see more than anything. Like, is it gonna be kind of funny? Is it gonna be like really dark and serious? Like, the tone.
Since you bring that up, there was a recent, and I know I sent this to y'all because I was like, this is great. Kevin Feige talked about the tone of the show, right? And they were like, some writers were like, oh, this is great, but we're gonna have to pull back because it's Disney Plus, right? Because like some of these scenes, and Feige was like, no, we're not gonna pull back. We're going in on some of the dark themes and the tones. It's just like cool.
Oh, but it got rated.
It got rated TV-14, which is I think for all the shows, I think we're all like TV general or like for everyone, like E for everyone, right? And this is the T for teen rating. So
it was a PG. It was PG.
Yeah.
They put the TV PG, and then remember there was like one intense episode, and they were like, "Oh, this episode's TV 14," and then they dropped it back down to
wasn't it Captain America and the Winter Soldier? Where
probably
the fighting, I think episode 5 where they were fighting was it was violent. So if they do, I mean, showing blood like that. Hey, just give that to me with Moon Knight. Just have him go in with his. Oh man, he goes crazy. So,
Brad, we didn't have. Do we have anything about the Daredevil stuff in here or the Netflix?
I think I did put that on Netflix. Yeah, I put that in.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that's my first one here from Marvel. That's my first one from Marvel. Okay. Yeah.
Sweet.
So that's big news. And okay, whenever you're ready.
Ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, we also have a brand new trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And oh baby, the leaks were true. To start off, there's a lot of theories, a lot of speculations, maybe some cameos, or as I like to call it, world building. There's a lot to dive in here. There's a lot to dive in here real quick before we get in. Vince, what were your thoughts real quick of the trailer?
Visually, it was pretty cool. And Sam Raimi, I'm excited that we got the eyeball shot in the trailer. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of things happening in this trailer. And I know you go. Because I don't want to tone down the excitement here. You just keep going, okay?
Okay, so we have an article here from Cinema Blend, and we'll be going back and forth here. So we have, of course, there, ladies and gentlemen, a confirmation. Patrick Stewart himself, playing Charles Xavier, is appearing in this film. Now, we saw the corner of his head when Doctor Strange was held hostage from some Ultron robots, which even taps into, are these Ultron robots created by Tony Stark in an alternate reality? Who knows? But here's the article. The reason Patrick Stewart initially turned down the opportunity down was that due to the release of Logan, all right? So that was going to be his last appearance, right? He died. It was, of course, the Hugh Jackman-led film. It seemed to be why the actor was interested in reprising the character for the MCU. An appearance by Charles Xavier in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, confirming the leader of the X-Men as being alive, could perhaps retcon Logan, which I don't think it will, because this is an alternate timeline. I don't think that's
tough.
what that is. People...
This is the problem for me. For me, is Logan had the perfect end for Charles Xavier, and like that's one of my favorite Marvel movies. I know it's not in the MCU, but it's like really high tier for me.
Absolutely.
In the same, it has the same level of respect that they give him his send off as they do with like Tony Stark's send off. So the idea that, I know you're going to get into that, like the Tony Stark character, not Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark, but another one could be coming back, is like, to me, lessens the like, okay, this was it. Like, we spent years with these characters, but it makes, I know this is the complaint I've had forever, is anybody can come back. Like, anybody's like could be possible. And it's like, is a death important? No, because in 10
it's harder because with films you become so attached and you kind of forget, you know, me too, like in comics, that there are different versions of the characters that come and go, and I think people, you know, with X-Men 97 coming to Disney Plus, the animated series, it might be that version where he's in the robotic giant chair and he's the head of the Illuminati, and Charles Xavier is separated from the X-Men. It's like a whole different thing. Like, it's that different character from Logan, and I want people to remember that that is still there. That core, that send off to that character is that, even though this is different.
Then they should recast him. They should recast him.
That's true. I think,
or like have a new character, unless they're really putting the X-Men. Like, if that means that everything that X-Men should be canonized, or else they should just recast him and keep like new X-Men in MCU. I don't know why they would do that. I think it is
canonized, but it also goes into, you know, with Fox now being owned, if they're doing the Toby and Andrew, it's like, hey, we just want to make it clear we're pulling in every single actor, Deadpool, Patrick Stewart, Ryan Reynolds. We're doing all that just so that it's clear that we have everybody's in this universe now. You know what I mean? In a weird way. So moving on to the rest of the article, the MCU's introduction of the multiverse creates a scenario in which Patrick Stewart can portray Charles Xavier and introduce the rest of the X-Men and not compromise the fate of the character in Logan, which I like. It's possible and even likely that this Xavier is a variant from a completely different timeline, similar to characters we've seen in Loki, of course. We see two different versions, if not more, of Doctor Strange. Defender Strange, a more evil Doctor Strange, probably
slick
even
back.
Probably
slick back Doctor Strange.
Yeah, he looked pretty interesting, but hey, you got the weird cut. And so there's a high likelihood that this is, of course, a different Xavier that we've seen in the past, which there was speculation that we've seen the kind of Illuminati confirmed, where it's, you know, Tony Stark, T'Challa, Namor, maybe even Mr. Fantastic, played by John Krasinski as a fun nod, and Charles Xavier, but maybe they were kind of anti-heroes, and I mean bad TVA controlling even above the TVA, because they're kind of monitoring the multiverse, right?
So, all right, let me ask you this. Let's say T'Challa's in the Illuminati. Is this going to be a different character than whoever's going to take the mantle of T'Challa in Black Panther 2? Like,
I think the reality that we're seeing, you know, with Ultron bots escorting Doctor Strange is a completely different reality, or someplace even outside of the reality itself, multiverse, because
all different actors.
Yeah, we're seeing maybe a Tony Stark from a different, you know, of course, reality, and it's just they're monitoring, because at this point, Strange has messed up so many times. Wanda even calls him out, like, you're doing all this stuff, you're the hero, and I do it to get my kids, and I'm the bad guy. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, you know?
I don't know. I'm excited to see Wanda's role in this movie, because I don't really understand. They really make it, the end of WandaVision, seem like she is off her rocker, like evil.
Yeah.
And in this one, she's like, okay. Like, I'm happy. I'm walking through the trees with Doctor Strange, and then like she's like, ugh, and then you're like,
it's like it was an illusion. That whole scene that we saw, that initial confrontation, is actually an illusion, because we see the background, it's red, so that was fake. So there's a lot of theories, of course, to speculate and get into. Even I'll say another one real quick. During the house scene, when she's in her Scarlet Witch outfit and she's looking at another Wanda, people were saying that Wanda could be happy with her kids in another reality, and she's crying because she's not going to take away her kids from herself. So it's sad that our Wanda never really gets her happy ending, but even other Wandas out in different realities are happy, you know, except her. So it's like, it's sad, but it's a conflict.
She's got an interesting story. Like, I'm excited to see where that goes. I know there's a lot of characters. I'm sure we'll get a lot of surprises when we watch it too that we weren't expecting. I know there's tons of leaks out. Like, I wish I knew nothing about this, but, like, because of the leaks, I'm like, "Oh, hopefully this character's in it, hopefully this character's in it." But then I'm like, I don't really wanna know. I want it to be like a Spider-Man type thing where it's like, "Whoa, I didn't know that was gonna happen," or
True,
something, you know?
true. And another
Um,
point to think about, if they're showing a lot of this for the trailers, you got to think, what are they hiding for the
yeah,
movie? You know, so there's
absolutely.
probably a lot that you don't know about that I
And
don't know
here's the
about.
thing.
Mhm,
This is gonna be a fun experience no
mhm.
matter how good the movie is. I'm gonna
Yeah.
enjoy myself, but at the end of the day, I want a good story that is going to carry whatever the next thing of
Mhm,
MCU is. I I don't want, like, a half-baked story with just cameos. I want a good story with those crazy reveals that made us freak out in Spider-Man and stuff like
mhm,
that too, and think Sam Raimi can deliver that,
mhm.
but we'll see.
I
It's
th-
one of those. I thought Chloe Zhao would deliver in Eternals, and
mhm,
I know, okay, Eternals, it's okay to me, like, I don't love it. It was okay, it was fun, but, like, I didn't get Chloe Zhao in
mhm,
there.
mhm.
I want Sam Raimi
Yeah,
on this movie,
yeah.
like, I wanna see it,
And the horror
and I hope.
elements look like they're there. And let's hope that this is just the tip of the iceberg, right? Let's
Yeah,
hope we get Sam Raimi at his best going in.
totally.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, the visual effects look so good in this, like, the giant Empire State Building that's, like, going through New
Oh,
York
yeah. It's
was
crazy.
so cool. That was
Mind
awesome.
blowing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So another little tidbits is that we're seeing characters from the What If Disney Plus series. Of course, we're seeing Zombie
Yeah.
Wanda, Zombie Strange, and it seems like we're getting live action What If. Essentially, there's
Yeah.
a lot here. Um,
That's I'm scared about. I'm actually scared about that.
true, true.
Live
Yeah, I know.
action
I
mid.
know. No. Another tidbit is that in the trailer, of course, we see another character, America Chavez, which is prominent in this film, which is gonna be great. She
Mm.
has multiversal powers. She can open up portals. She was gonna
Yeah.
be featured in No Way Home, but of course they had to do timing constraints and COVID. They couldn't introduce her in that one. But
It would've been too much. It would've been way too much to try to introduce another character in that movie.
yeah, I mean, at this point with Endgame, I think they can handle it, but it's just
Yeah.
timing. They need time.
Yeah.
That's why they took it out, because it wasn't safe. There was a clip where they're going through a dinosaur realm, and you see in the background it looks like the comic book reality, that they're
Oh,
literally
yeah.
pulling out of comic book reality, which is kind of a cool fourth wall break. And they're just gonna get wild with this. And then as well as Captain Marvel, which looks like a variant this time. It could be either Monica Rambeau or Maria Rambeau, and people are even
Mhm.
talking about an Iron Man, Sentinel, Superior Iron Man, or something like that. So there's lots
Cool.
of cameos. We see Captain Carter's shield on the poster, maybe even Deadpool on the poster, which I think he looks pretty good like Deadpool. But
That'd be hilarious.
there's
That makes sense.
yeah, and of course the imagery that compares to House of M, which is the one where Wanda creates makes all the mutants go away. So this could be the conjuring of how the X-Men is introduced, which I believe
Yeah.
they're going all in for. So that's
Cool.
it. There's a lot more to break down this trailer, but let us know what else you caught, and
Yes.
that's about it.
Let us know. If you guys want to watch the full episode, you can check it out by becoming a member right here on Strictly Casual channel for $2 a month. You can get access to the full video podcast, but you can also check it out on audio platforms for free everywhere. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Boom. Guys, moving on
Moving on.
to the next section. The Oscars revealed their Best Picture nominees and all their nominees this week. I'm just going to go over the Best Picture ones real quick. I mean, if you're interested, you can check out all the good stuff if you want. But for Best Picture, we have nominated Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. That's 10 movies. I feel like that's a lot for Best Picture. Usually it's like 6 or 7, right? Or is it always a lot
I
like
think
this?
it's 10, right? It's usually 10, I thought, right?
Okay.
They always try and put a lot for that one because they're like, we're so many. We're trying
Yeah.
to make as many as possible, right? I feel like it's been 10 for a little bit. As long
Okay,
as I've
tell
been
me-
watching.
Which ones have you seen? Which one do you want to win? And which one do you think will win?
Oh, this is great. This is great. I have seen Dune, Don't Look Up. Oh, geez. Power of the Dog, and what was King Richard? Oh no, I haven't seen King Richard. Jeez, that's it. Oh,
That's okay.
It. That's
No,
it.
I know. I'm trying to do them all too.
What I think will win is maybe either either Coda, Belfast, or Drive My Car.
Okay.
I mean, well, actually, yeah. What I think will win. What I want to win is Dune. I want Dune to win, baby. Just because I love that one. But I haven't seen the rest. I think Coda. I'm putting my sights on Coda, and I want to see Coda. I might want
Coda's
to
on
win.
Apple TV. I need to watch that.
That's good because I see Hollywood now. They're really pushing the ASL and all that, and I think it'd be cool for all that
That'd be cool.
to be represented. Anyways, what about you?
I've seen Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, Licorice Pizza, Power of the Dog. I
Okay.
have not seen. That's it. Only 5.
Mhm.
Wow, half on the list. That's not good. I think out of all of these, what I would want to win so far is Drive My Car because that
Mhm.
was like it's tough because Dune and Drive My Car were both very good, but like Dune is or Drive My Car just has like it's so thick. It's got so much stuff in it.
Yeah. Mhm.
Green Knight should be on here because that would be my vote above all
Yeah,
3 of
Green
these.
Knight. No, I'm with you.
That one
That
has
one, me
that
too.
stuck with me for months,
Mhm.
and, like, that stuck with me more than Dune has and everything, so, like, I really would want that to win, but
Yeah.
obviously not nominated. Um, but I think Power of the Dog will win because Power of the Dog is Oscar bait at its finest, baby.
True. Okay.
It
Yeah.
has all the elements of a winning Oscar movie, and I think that'll win. But,
Okay.
uh, I think the Power of the Dog is just okay. It was like a
Yeah.
7, like a 6 or
Mhm.
7 for me.
It definitely dabbled into themes of masculinity, and I was like, this is interesting. I didn't think it would go that way at all.
Yeah, it's not bad, don't get me wrong.
No, yeah.
Don't get me wrong,
I'm
and,
just saying.
Jane Campion, great director. She's phenomenal.
Mhm.
Her other stuff I've seen too. The other Western movie, I've seen it. I can't remember the title off the top of my head. But, yeah, it's interesting. I did I say I watched Licorice Pizza? I just saw Licorice
Yeah.
Pizza
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
week.
So what'd you think of that one?
Very good. Very
Mhm.
good. I think it definitely deserves a lot of the love that it got. It's not people were talking like this is the best movie ever. Like 5s, 10s. It was
Yeah.
not that good, but it was very good. It's why there's a moment I'm sitting in the theater watching the movie. I'm like, I love movies. Like this is
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
great.
Because
Like the
it's
writing's
heartfelt,
good.
right? Very heartfelt and
It
like a little
is.
love story in there, right?
It's
Which I know
yeah.
people were like hating on it because it's different ages. Did you pick up on any like weirdness? Did you feel that vibe, or was it just like
There
no, ignore that? Like
there is weirdness, but
it's not the
that
point.
is
It's not the
part
point.
of the
Oh,
movie.
that's part
It's
of it.
part
Okay.
that
Yeah.
it's weird. She's 25 and he's 15.
Yeah.
That's kind of the
Yeah.
but it's funny. It's like there's
Mhm.
comedy. It's not like a serious movie. It's serious at points, but
Yeah.
it's very funny and they make fun of that
Mhm.
situation a lot. It did not feel super weird to me.
Okay.
It has a hint of weird, but
No, I'm
I don't
with you.
know. I
Yeah.
recommend watching the movie. It's very good.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely some good ones there. We'll see what happens there. Yeah. I don't want to doubt too much. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're
Okay.
good.
Now moving on to Marv. We have this Disney one here, of course, but Marv, this is huge. So I want to throw this to you because I have my idea on what I think this is, and I want to
Yeah.
hear what you think this is, ladies and gentlemen. Marvel shows are being removed from Netflix, such as Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Defenders, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and The Punisher. Go watch them now because they will be taken off, and I think moved to either Hulu or Disney Plus.
Yeah.
You know, so I think you were excited about this, and I think you have the actual Blu-ray of it.
This
there we
is
go.
the steelbook of season 1. It was
Oh,
never released in America. This is from Germany. I
no
ordered
way!
it.
What?
It is like the most rare version, but it has the whole season, the whole first season in it. So I'm stoked. I'm like, this is like the coolest thing I
Dang!
own, bro. I swear. And they have it only for season 1 and season 2. Season 3 never got the
I
steelbook
didn't have time.
release.
Wow, that's
So
insane. You have a piece of history right there.
I'm like, it sucks that it's leaving and all that.
hmm
Here's my guess.
hmm
These don't go on Disney Plus, and it's sad because I
Really?
think that what do they have that is mature like this? Dude, there's nudity in these shows. There's like really the action's insane. There's over the top like sexual stuff in some of this. Like it's not they don't really hold back. And we've seen Disney Plus. Let's say this.
Good point. Mhm.
You have I don't know, a younger I have a cousin, for instance,
Mhm.
who is 9 years old, right? And he loves Marvel, and he's
Mhm.
watching
I'm the
everything
same.
Marvel on Disney Plus. Can
Mhm.
you imagine they add Jessica Jones on there, and he's like, "Oh my god, a new Marvel show! I have to watch it," not knowing the content in there. He starts playing that. Episode 2 comes in, and there's an insane sex scene with Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, and they literally destroy the apartment and stuff,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
graphic. Are you kidding me?
That
Like,
was true.
it is just not Disney Plus's vibe right now.
True.
Like,
I didn't think about that, and so that's a good point. I'm gonna say my idea, and then let's try and connect these, right?
yeah,
So my
sure.
my idea was that hey, it's time that we're starting to see Moon Knight more grounded shows, and we're starting to, with the introduction of Daredevil, Kingpin, they're taking off of Netflix finally. Maybe they're in limbo. They take them off forever, and they don't exist anywhere, or they throw them on Disney Plus, right? Because
Mhm.
I forgot about those themes. They throw them on there, and they say, look, these are now canon. And these characters will be introduced into the MCU with more series like She-Hulk and and Moon Knight, and we're gonna see the return of some of these characters like Punisher, and of course Daredevil is gonna be in the MCU prominently now, of course.
Yeah. Oh my god, so happy about
I was trying to look on Disney Plus right now to see what was the most mature thing. I'm seeing like Simpsons and like stuff, but I don't even think they get into that sort of thing. But I when I think of Simpsons, I think of Family Guy, and I know it's not that mature. But no, you're right. There are some pretty like rated R stuff that you couldn't have on Disney Plus. So yeah, when I saw an overwhelmingly like, no, they're going to Disney Plus, this is it, they're canon, it made sense. But then I'm like, you make a great point. It's like, that's impossible.
There's no way.
Now. It seems impossible.
For us, it would be great for us, but for the huge superheroes and stuff like that, they make so much money on kids. Like, kids is a very big audience to them. There's no way they're rating some of these movies R, because they would lose out on so much money. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. These are not what Disney Plus is made of. So here's what I think. I think these shows are going to Hulu. Yeah, Disney owns Hulu.
That'd be my next guess.
So Hulu would be probably the right place for them.
And they'd be welcome. They'd sit fine with Hulu. You know?
It's fine. It's not like I'm itching to watch any of these shows again. Anyways, it's like I love Daredevil, but
it's a good
Iron
sign.
Fist could not even get through. Luke Cage couldn't get through. Punisher first season was good. Could not even start Defenders, and Luke Cage was okay. Jessica Jones season 1 though, great.
Yeah, I think a lot of these season oneers, they're like great, solid, but then they start dabbling into like, they're just like trying to expand on it, and they don't really have much because they're like, we can't connect to the MCU, so it's like, what do we do?
Right. They probably had a lack of direction after a while. And that's why the contained stuff is so good. They like,
you got to make it solid. Yeah, you got to make it solid.
It stands on its own.
Yeah, and that could be a hindrance with Marvel now, but I mean, it's how the comics are, so it's kind of like, I got to live with it, but it is what it is. Great point. There's something else in my mind, but about this, but it went away. Anyways, that's about it. And then of course,
we'll see.
Lightyear, baby. Oh my goodness, we had a new trailer that dropped, a new poster. Looks fantastic. The animation style, it just blows my mind. Of course, we get more story and a new look at Zurg. It looks great, and yeah, I'm excited for this film. I'm there day one. I'm there.
Hell yeah. I'm excited to see it too. The trailer looks gorgeous. The posts were hilarious. If you want to go check out the Strictly Casual.
Oh my gosh, people were
it's bad.
Posting up a storm
dogging on it. Yeah, it's funny. You all should check it out.
Oh man, yep.
It made me laugh. All right, back into some Marvel stuff. We got Dakota Johnson confirms Madam Web casting tags Marvel Studio. We talked about Madam Web last week. That kind of stuff. So, but she confirms that she's playing that character.
Absolutely. We have another cast. Russell Crowe's gonna be in Kraven the Hunter, which is Aaron Taylor Johnson. Sony film. Sony seems all over the place, but it's happening. And possibly he's gonna be a member of the Kraven family. I gotta figure out what that is. Cravens and all that. You know?
We got Ironheart recruits Anthony Ramos for a secret key role. Details on his role are reportedly similar to how Jonathan Majors Kang was handled. He has a big role in Disney Plus series and future MCU projects. Cool. I'm still more excited to see more Jonathan Majors, bro. Like, I don't know when we're gonna see him next.
It might be sooner rather than later, because like I know Ant-Man and the Wasp, but maybe Loki will come up for that. I think maybe. I don't know. And something crazy, Norman Reedus recently talked about Ghost Rider, playing MCU Ghost Rider. He says fingers crossed, and he said there's been a lot of talk over the last couple of years. I do not have an answer. Which, hey, that's like a dream cat. That's like a John Krasinski, Mr. Fantastic type dealio. Norman Reedus as Ghost Rider for me. I mean, for me, I'd be like, that's cool.
I could work. I could see him doing it.
He's going.
Yeah. Rolling on motorcycle, doing his thing.
Drive with Norman Reedus or whatever it is.
Some Star Wars news. Andor star Stellan Skarsgård. Andor. I don't know. Star Stellan Skarsgård says the Star Wars series will get a second season filming in fall this year. They've already confirmed it. It's good. I hope it's good.
Yeah, he was talking. Stellan. He was talking. He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this, and then I think we're gonna get ready to shoot second season." And it's like, Stellan, come on, there's actors that are like separated from Disney. They just say whatever.
Yeah, they're just ready to go.
Like
they're off the cuff.
Yeah, off the cuff. Yeah. And then of course, Ewan was talking about, of course, Kenobi with the new poster that was released. He says it will satisfy fans, of course. No surprise. And he says it's no secret that Hayden comes back, and we get to play some scenes together as Obi-Wan and Anakin. So, oh baby, we're getting Clone Wars live action, and it's gonna be great.
I don't want them to have scenes together. I mean, I do, but it just ruins episode 4.
That's not true.
Supposed to be
because I sent you, and the line was exactly, it was like, Obi-Wan, and he's like, I see you again. So it's like, just because he says again could mean that they fought after Mustafar. There's beef there. There's beef, you know.
Maybe we'll see.
And I don't think there's gonna be context to a fight. I don't think they're gonna see each other and like,
I know.
you know, they're like, why are they fighting? Like,
it's gonna be Vader. It's gonna be Vader.
And he's like, I've been babysitting your children for 10 years.
Just like that.
Yeah. And that's how he knows he has kids. No.
Also, okay, stupid name change. I hate it. They're calling it Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi and not just Kenobi anymore. And I was like, it just being Kenobi.
I just realized.
Isn't that funny?
I just realized. I didn't know that.
They showed they showed an image a while ago, and it's just Kenobi, and the lightsaber was the eye. Like they showed that, and now it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. I guess Kenobi's not as recognizable. I'm sure Obi-Wan Kenobi is more recognizable. But premieres May 25th, and also Star Wars Ahsoka recruits Ray Stevenson to play an admiral, but not Thrawn. Thrawn. Is Thrawn confirmed for Ahsoka?
I think they said Thrawn is confirmed. I believe it is. I believe it is. Oh yeah, because Ahsoka was like, I need to find Thrawn. So when they announced the show, I think people were like, yeah, he's gonna be the villain for sure.
Okay.
So there's that. We'll see. That I like when they start. I like when they hire very professional, well-known actors that are so out of the box, and then they put them in like Marvel, Star Wars. It's like, cool, that's great.
Sometimes, but then that gets into my Lord of the Rings thing. Whereas if it's a huge IP,
it becomes jarring. Yeah.
If it's a huge IP, I don't want to see like famous actors in it, because I know that company has enough to cast talent that is not yet recognized. But if it's like a smaller project or like a small movie and you put a big name in it, that makes people see that movie more because that big name's attached to it. Yeah. So it's like it's an interesting thing.
100%. Like if you put Keanu in anything, I'm there, but also I'm just watching Keanu.
Totally.
Keanu.
Yeah.
Okay, and of course, Warner Brothers wants to develop an Edge of Tomorrow TV series, which I think could work perfectly as a show, because each episode could be kind of a trial before you die and then come back, and then it's like, boom, ends the episode. What's the next tactic, you know?
I really liked that movie. Edge of Tomorrow is great.
I think they were doing a sequel.
That's what I was going to ask, which is interesting that they're also going to do a TV show. So I don't know if that's like a franchise-worthy thing. Like sequels could be cool, but a sequel and a show, like, well, it's crazy, I guess. Like you got a lot to build off.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Okay, we have other studios here. We can do two at a time. We can get through these.
All right. Boom. First up, Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer just keeps stacking up the star power, baby, as Dane DeHaan joins the cast. Dane DeHaan, who is not known best. He's in Spider-Man 2 as
Goblin, baby.
The Goblin.
Yeah.
I've seen him in a good role before. It wasn't that, but I've seen him play.
I've watched half of the Water movie. What's it called?
Oh, Cure for Wellness.
Cure for Wellness.
Haven't seen that.
I've seen about 3/4 of it. It's great. It's very Shutter Island, and he's cool in that. He's like, hey, I'm trying to get out of this goblin form. Help me. No, but yeah, that one's cool.
I think he's got chops. I forget what I've seen. Oh, I just watched Billy the Kid, or they just call it The Kid. And that was
country. Yeah.
It was okay. And do you know who directed The Kid?
Ooh.
Vincent D'Onofrio. Kingpin himself directed that movie. That's his directorial debut.
Wow.
And so that's why I was really excited to watch it, but it was just okay. Oh, he's in Knight of Cups, which I have to see. That's the one.
Knight of Cups. You're just throwing words together.
No, Knight of Cups is directed by Terrence Malick, who did like Tree of Life and Thin Red Line, like a lot of really big ones. But anyways, next up, Michael Jackson biopic Michael lands at Lionsgate. The project has been the official blessing of the Jackson estate. Well, that's good, because he has a lot of bad press around him in the last couple of years when it comes to TV shows. So
there are a lot of biopics in the making. I think after Rami got the dub for Freddie Mercury, they're like, let's do a biopic for everybody. Elvis is getting one. Austin Butler's gonna play Elvis, and we'll see what comes from that. Mission Impossible 7 and 8 will reportedly be the culmination of the series and a send-off for Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt, which makes sense. The last two ones, I guess, a part 1, part 2. Apparently, episode 7. Episode Impossible 7 reportedly cost them $290 million to make during the pandemic. Probably a lot more for like timing and all that and budgeting. I think Spider-Man was only $200 million to make. So that's a lot of money. Almost $300 million for. Jeez, this movie's gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
And
I'm excited, dude. The Mission Impossible movies are fun. They're so good.
I still think Fallout is the best action film I've ever seen. That movie
It's
was
a
like,
it's a great action film. I was so surprised, dude. I was
mhm.
like, "Oh, it's sweet. Okay, another Mission Impossible. Great, I'll watch
Uh-huh.
it." And then I'm sitting there in the theater. I'm like, "This is tense, bro. The acting's great. The set
Yeah,
pieces are so good.
they upped
Every
their
every
game.
mission."
I think it's
Yeah,
just Christopher McQuarrie. He pulled up and he's like, I'm doing these next three. We're gonna go all out. I'm gonna make it crazy.
yeah,
I think he did more besides that one. But anyways, uh, and then we have a new trailer for the movie Men coming from A24. Jesse Buckley stars. This is a creepy. There's a new teaser out.
yeah.
I don't know anything about it. I mean, I couldn't.
Did you watch the trailer?
Yeah, I did, and I was
It
like,
just looks creepy. It's just like a
yeah.
guy that looks like he's following this girl, but it's Alex Garland, and I freaking love Alex Garland. So I'm excited.
And now we have the whole mammal trilogy with pig, lamb, men, woman. I think there's all kinds
You're
of
right.
these films. You
You're
know, they're
right.
just doing them all. So
You're right.
the mammal franchise of A24. I love it. I want to make a film that's just called Bug or something.
Bug. Yeah,
Bug.
you can do it. Big Alex Garland guy. Okay. Adam Driver, Penelope Cruz, and Shailene Woodley to star in Michael Mann's Ferrari biopic. Driver replaces Hugh Jackman. Oh, Adam Driver replaces
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman? That's a huge change.
Yeah,
What the
right?
hell? As Enzo Ferrari, while Cruz will play his wife, Laura, and Woodley, his mistress, Lena. I'm sure this will be incredible.
Mhm.
And I'm sure it'll be great. Who's directing? Oh, Michael Mann. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be great. I
Yeah.
love it.
Ferrari, which we know the other side of the coin on Ford versus Ferrari. So it'd be interesting to see how they created it.
Yeah. We have America Ferrera. I hope I'm saying that correctly. America Ferrera is getting all dolled up to co-star with Margot Robbie's Barbie film. Simu Liu also joins the cast.
Okay, I think you cut out a little bit for the Margot Robbie part.
Sorry, Margot Robbie. Sorry. There's a Barbie movie, and Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling are in it, and also Simu Liu's in it. That's it. That's the
Thanks.
headline.
Yeah, I just wanted
Yeah.
because you completely went silent, and I wanted to make sure
My
we
bad.
heard that. No, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting. That movie, I don't know. I need to see a trailer because I don't know if it's gonna be A24 or Hi, I'm Barbie.
And it's Greta Gerwig, so I'm sure it'll be
Have
the
a point.
antithesis of Barbie. Like,
100%.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
And here you go. The film and the gaming rights to Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and other Tolkien properties are going up for auction. The rights are
Yeah.
expected to go for at least $2 billion, with, of course, Amazon being the leading contender. Amazon's probably going to buy it all and say, cool, now we can.
I'm sure they will, especially with them getting into video games too.
Yeah. Good point. Yep.
They can do both.
And the Uncharted director, of course, doing press for the film, was talking about Jack and Daxter and doing a film. It's unclear whether or not it will be a movie or a TV show, but they want to do a live action adaptation.
Yeah, James and I talked about this on Checkpoint also. They've been talking about doing a Jack and Daxter show for a long time, and I think they were like, okay, well, we have this director who did Uncharted. Let's just attach him to the project and keep it going. Like, I don't know if it was that or, okay, Uncharted was great. Let's have him do Jack and Daxter also. Like I don't know how that's going to go, but yeah, we'll see. Ruben Fletcher.
I want to see more Uncharted. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, maybe, who knows?
Who am I kidding?
Here's my prayer. Dude,
Okay.
is that the movie just ends
Uh-huh.
and it's an aged up Nathan Drake. We have a cast switch and everything, and then it's like we saw the kid version. The sequel's gonna be legit. Like everybody, old man Sully, the grown up Nathan Drake. Like that would be so epic,
dude. Just make it like Mission Impossible meets Bond, and I'm like, I'm in, because that's how it felt with the fourth game, kind of. But oh baby. And then we have a new trailer for the Adam Project starring Ryan Reynolds and Mark Ruffalo. Time travel, baby. It's cool. It's Netflix.
Although I did watch this trailer and I was like, this looks like a children's book to movie adaptation that is like, okay.
Good
That's
point.
what it looks like. Yeah. I mean, it's probably gonna be fun. I love Ryan Gosling. But like, I was like, damn, I probably read a book like this in elementary school and then they're turning that into a
Bye Bye Daddy. Book called
Something.
Bye Bye Daddy. It goes back in time. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Okay.
We have
you can take over these.
next up, getting into some streaming news from Netflix. Ray Fisher, Charlie Hunman, and I am gonna butcher this name. How do you say this, Ryder? I know who this is.
Yeah, I know. Digimon Hansu. Digimon Hansu. I'd say it like that.
Okay, perfect. He joins the stars of Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. Zack Snyder celebrates Rebel Moon casting news by revealing concept art from the Seven Samurai inspired sci-fi film.
Dude, this movie,
Every single thing ever is conceptually from Seven Samurai. So
Yeah.
great. Star Wars is
Right?
literally based on Seven
Yeah.
Samurai.
It's like
Everything.
the first, well, not the first one, right, but it's like, yeah, that's the groundwork. That's the base for
It totally is.
any pizza dough. That's pizza dough.
It is. Character is like the baseline for characters.
Yeah.
There's like 10 characters you could base a character on from that movie.
That's
The
true.
plot, everything.
Film
It's
class
great,
101, baby.
Yeah. Have you seen Seven Samurai?
Bits and pieces. I think I
Holds up actually. Holds up as a full movie. Like it's
Oh
long.
yeah, no. It was.
But
I was
it's
in
real
class, and I think I was distracted. I don't want to talk about that, but anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I was on my laptop and taking notes like a good student.
Yeah, of course. Taking notes. Yep.
Anyways, but no, yeah, I understand the greatness that is Seven Samurai. I think it's crazy because for me, Zack Snyder is my director because like
That's crazy.
I have favorite directors, but the way Zack Snyder directs with slow motion and how he kind of makes an impact to a moment is like. I know people might not like it, but I'm like, that's how I would want it to see. That's how I would want to see this, you know? And I'm like,
okay,
he does it.
Yeah, I think it's Zack Snyder.
It's unwarranted, but I love it.
I love Watchmen. Like Watchmen is so good to me. And I don't know, it's never hit that high with me for Zack Snyder again. For anything, but we'll see.
Okay.
Maybe this will do it.
Okay, I want you to read this next one because
okay. Oh Jesus Christ. Marilyn Monroe bio director, NC-17 rating. Oh my god. If the audience doesn't like it, that's the effing audience's problem.
That's what the director said.
And Anna de Armas is starring in this. Remember, we talked about that a long time ago, and it drops on Netflix in 2022. I don't know, bro. Did it really get rated NC-17?
I think it did. I think they're just going all out because I think they're showing like the sexual trauma and stuff. So they're like they're going graphic with it. I mean, you know. So
yeah.
I mean, rated R is fine, but I don't. NC-17 is like just long
do you know what's
scenes.
Here's gonna be the problem with this: is people are gonna sexualize Anna de Armas as people do in other movies.
Yeah.
And if the movie is seriously trying to tackle some serious like sexual trauma topics and stuff, it's gonna be very weird. It's gonna be like the Ted Bundy situation with Zac Efron. Everybody's in love with Zac Efron and stuff, but the movie's about a freaking psychopathic killer, and people are like romanticizing that, and so it's just weird. I don't know. This is.
And people talk about this with Pam and Tommy because Pamela Anderson, she didn't give her blessing for that, even though it was like, we're going to give her respect. We're going to say, hey, this is a cautionary tale because it was a guy directing it. People were saying it didn't come off in a good way because it's just impossible for, I guess, a guy to, I mean, not impossible, but it's hard for a guy to kind of do a woman's point of view because we'll never know. So I think this is the same kind of case. It's like, I hope it's tasteful because oh baby, like it could be bad and it's like it's gonna go over. But Anna de Armas, like the message is not coming across from Marilyn Monroe, you know.
I hope it's that wouldn't be Anna de Armas's fault at all.
No,
not by casting because I think she's a great actress.
Absolutely,
but I mean, I don't know. I'm seeing this as a potential problem in the past where, I don't know. It's interesting. If you disagree, if people disagree, that's great. But that's just my thoughts.
Blade Runner. Blade Runner's coming. 2099 live action series from Ridley Scott's in the works at Amazon. Amazon's crazy right now. Title indicates this is set 50 years after Denis Blade Runner 2049. So it's continuing on. Interesting. I mean, more Blade Runner. Never ask enough. Let's just hope they put a $400 million budget on it. I want to see something crazy. No,
I don't know. Having Ridley Scott do the first one, Denis do the second one, kind of thing. Like these are really big. They're art. They're art. And
auteurs, right?
People don't like these movies because they're slow and boring. Like I know plenty of people that watch them and they're like, not for me, that kind of thing, which is fine. I just hope this isn't like an action movie or something like that. It has action in it, but
and it's just a series to keep your attention over every week.
I don't
know
if I'm excited for this.
You might ruin the vibe because it's like going to an art gallery. You go to an art gallery and you sit down. Yeah.
They did the anime Blade Runner Black Lotus or something, and I never watched that. I need to watch that still. I heard it was okay. Next up from Disney Plus, first trailer for Cheaper by the Dozen reboot starring Zach Braff and Gabrielle Union. Movie hits Disney Plus on March 18th.
Zach Braff. What? It lost it. I'm sorry. I'll say it.
Did you watch the trailer? Didn't do it.
Yeah, it didn't do it for me because like I don't know.
I grew up on the Steve Martin movies, so.
I think what they're trying to do is some people are saying that they're trying to be like, hey, it's funny family, you know, and not show like young people. They're trying to get young people to have kids.
Oh,
I don't know. It was
okay.
some weird thing with I don't
Yeah.
know what it was, but it was like, no, you need young people to do this, or I don't know. It was just
Yeah.
not tasteful, I guess, with Disney. I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
Interesting.
National Treasures getting a Disney Plus series. We know Catherine Zeta-Jones is gonna star, and apparently she's gonna play a badass billionaire, black market antiquities expert, and treasure hunter.
Great.
Okay.
But the only thing that made National Treasure special was Nick Cage.
Nick
So I don't
Cage.
know what this is going to be yet.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
Coming in at Hulu, Futurama is being revived for 20 episodes at Hulu with OG creators and voice cast returning. In my opinion, let great things die. Like things have to die eventually.
Yeah.
You can't keep bringing stuff back. Let's make new classics.
It's tough. It's tough. There's so much content out now. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird era. And Spider-Man No Way Home is gonna come to streaming. Thank God. But it's coming to Stars. So that's a service that I don't have. I don't know. I guess they bidded for it and they were the highest bidder, which I just wish that it would have gone into Disney Plus.
Disney, I don't understand.
Why can't you just say fine, we'll put it in Disney Plus, you know?
Great.
I don't think they benefit from that. Sony doesn't benefit at all if you ever go to Disney Plus. Maybe with Stars they pitched a deal to split it.
It's just weird to me. I don't understand, but that's okay. And then from AMC, Better Call Saul returns to the scene of the crime in his first teaser for the final season. First half of Better Call Saul final season drops April 18th. Second half releases July 11th. I like that, spacing it out kind of a little bit. Makes
like Ozark, right? Ozark's doing that?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Did you finish Ozark ever?
I did not. I watched the first 2 episodes, and it's good. I haven't had the time, and it's not like at the top of my hit list. I've been trying to watch the Oscar movies and stuff too, and so it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
I'll get there. Okay. I'll finish it. Okay.
Cool. And then here we go. Last light news. Fast 10 started production. Give me Momoa. That's all I got to say. And here's some anime. Demon Slayer Entertainment District arc. The finale will be an extended 45-minute episode.
And that released last night.
Okay.
Yep. And dude, I have not seen any of season 2 yet. And I'm glad it's done because now I can binge it.
Yeah,
dude,
that's fun.
I hear the animation is next level over there. Like they're feeding their animators crack to just push these out. Bro.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Let's get into our recommendations and then we'll close off with some goodbyes, some hugs. We'll say our farewell. We'll play the SNL goodbye song. No, I'm just kidding. That's always my favorite.
Here we go. I watched a couple movies this week, Ryder.
Okay. What do you got for me?
Unless you want to go first.
No. I'll go first because it seems like you got some good ones.
Okay.
My recommendation, this is a series, right? Lord of the Rings. Check out Lord of the Rings before the show comes out. After this trailer.
Did you finally watch? Did you finish Return of the King?
No, I have not.
Oh my God. You have to watch Return of the King.
Listen. Me and my parents discussed and we said, listen, this is what we're doing. We're popping on the 4-hour cuts and we're going to sit through and we're going to watch it together. So
yeah,
it's on the docket. So I recommend everybody sit down, get some popcorn, watch the 3 original, some of the greatest films of all time before this series comes out. That way we can talk about it together. We'll be in the same boat, you know?
Ryder, I cry during the third movie, the end of the third movie. I know. It's
and you know me, I'm bad. I look up Return of the King ending and I watched like the whole ending and I'm like I was emotional just Max seeing like he's the movie's been out for 20 years now.
You can spoil it.
He's like Rise and his friends.
That's the part.
Oh God, I was like I'm watching thinking, I wonder what journey they went on together.
If you watch the whole journal, even if because I've seen that scene 20 times, 30 times, it still gets me every time. It's good. Okay, this week I watched Steven Soderbergh's new movie, which released on HBO Max called Kimmy.
Yes. What do you think? That's on my list.
I did not love it. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. It's a technology thriller. Things are listening to you, and I've seen the plot. An employee hears too much, and so they dig in and they get into trouble. That kind of thing. Also, this is a COVID movie. Like it takes place during COVID. Like that's a big setting, and that is not something that I love watching. It's like
it's
maybe in 20 years, if you made a movie that's set during COVID, that's cool. Like, oh wow, like I remember this, guys. Like that was crazy. That kind of thing. I'm like, we're living it right now. I don't want to watch this.
It's ucky still. It's like, ugh.
It sucks. This girl's in her house, bro. It's like she's working. She's going outside. She's like
it's COVID. Nobody wants to relive that, you know?
No, it's tiresome, bro. Like I don't want to watch COVID movies, and I did not know this was before I watched it. So I was like, ugh. But Zoe Kravitz is pretty good in it. She's great, and she has this thing in the movie where she puts hand sanitizer on all the time, and she goes, And now I do it all the time, bro. I'm walking around the house. I'm like,
you're doing this.
it's so funny, dude. I love.
Well, you gained something from the film. Okay.
I did gain something. It's like it's a fun thriller. It's not a bad movie by any means. Like I don't. It didn't end bad. It was like satisfying and stuff, but it's not great. And I like Steven Soderbergh a lot, so I don't know. But and then I watched Licorice Pizza, and then I watched one more movie this week. I went crazy this week.
Okay. Yeah.
I watched Zootopia.
Oh, hey.
Zootopia is the best Disney Pixar movie since Ratatouille. Oh,
no way.
It is so good. Zootopia is amazing. Why did nobody tell me?
It has so that great modern writing of like, I mean, live action writing of like a cop kind of like fun, like it's just, thriller, right? Like a cop.
It's
cop
cute,
story,
man.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. All the characters are so good. The story's funny. There's Godfather references in it. There's everything.
I know why. I know why you love it. Because
why?
Because the trigger of you hearing Jason Bateman's voice is like, ding, this is great.
Jason Bateman definitely helped this be great.
He's great.
Idris Elba is so good in it. Like, I don't know. Even the story, it landed. It was just great.
Yeah, it does land. It's a great one.
I think because I had no expectations, and I was like, wow, this is funny. This is great. This is fun.
That's cool. Yeah. That's fun. I'm glad you know that. You watched it on Disney Plus. You just popped it on, right? Cool.
Yeah, on Disney Plus.
That's fun. All right. Well, there's a lot out now. Euphoria dropped a new episode. Euphoria is going crazy, man.
I'll watch it eventually.
That was the real Super Bowl. Me and my buddy Peyton, we were tweeting at each other, texting. We're like, oh baby, I'm ready. Because there's this photo that released. I gotta send it to you of the two characters, Cassie and Maddie, and they're like real Super Bowl.
I saw it. Yeah, with the cheerleaders.
And I'm like, yep, I'm ready. So it's getting good, and that that's another recommendation. If you haven't seen Euphoria, go watch that too. But
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Nice. Episode 50. Ooh,
Episode 50, baby.
Lots of announcements, lots of news. We've been through a lot.
Guys,
what do you got?
Follow our Twitter because we got some stuff. We got some stuff coming that we need you to know about. It's that cool.
Yeah, you're gonna want to be in the loop. Also, our members that listen to this, we got T-Baggles, Cheesy, and Boba Shinga. We love you guys.
We love y'all.
Yeah. This was a fantastic episode. Check out our social medias, and we'll see you guys. Man, we got through it. Thanks for supporting us. Sorry, I just want to reminisce.
No, you're good.
Because it's 50. I mean, thanks for doing this with me, dude. I appreciate you.
Hell yeah, baby.
And stay tuned, guys. Episode 100 of Checkpoint coming soon.
That's right. 50 and 100 this week, baby.
All right, everybody. Have a great week. Enjoy the trailers. Enjoy the content. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
See you guys. Bye-bye.